Hey everybody, StogieFarts here. Okay, in this series of videos I'm going to go through sort of a complete design of an aquaponics system. Ever since my channel's been online, I've gotten a lot of people that have asked me about aquaponics and, you know, how can I set up my own system? How do you do it? I don't know anything about it. So I'm going to do the series of videos because I'm going to redesign my system. So I figure I would take you along with me, break it up into a series of videos. You could see how I do it. Maybe it'll help you out. The very first thing you need to keep in mind though is the design of your system. You got to sit down, think about how you want it laid out, what you're hoping to accomplish, and start from scratch. Start that way first. And that's kind of what I did. So now let me show you my initial plan, what I first did before I even started to build the system. Let me show it to you now. Okay, got it? Good. Okay, so here's the basic setup of my first system. As you can see, it's very basic. We just have a tank where we have the fish and a pump. And that pump will pump up water into, in this case, I have 3 grow beds. And the water waters the plants, filters through the grow beds, and each grow bed returns it back into the fish tank. And it completely does that cycle over and over again. So let me go ahead and take you back outside and kind of show you this system running as it stands right now. Okay, so there's the system. As you can see, there's the fish tank with the pump in it. It's pumping up water into these 3 grow beds. The grow beds are filled with this media. You can use rocks, you can use anything that's not dirt, basically. This is expanded kind of clay balls. You can see it's filling up water in each of these, and then each of those drain back into the fish tank. It's very simple. That's how the system originally started. Now, after the system was set up, I noticed a few things that I needed to change, and let me show you that. It's around back. Okay, so here's the back side, and basically what I noticed is after I had designed the system the way I showed you, with the grow beds pouring the water right back into the tank, that over time the water was getting a little polluted. These grow beds weren't filtering 100% of the waste out of the water, so the water was getting a little funky. And not only that, but you know, plant matter and all sorts of, I got worms in each of these, so there's a lot of waste that ends up coming in there. So to kind of add onto the system, I added 2 sort of secondary filters that filter the water. So like this one here, this fills all 3 of these tubes that you see right here are the return lines from the grow beds. So instead of those just pouring right into the fish tank like it used to, now you can see they stretch over, pour into here, and this is just filled with scrubby pads and stuff like that, and then it returns it back right here. So that's just sort of a secondary filter, and same with this. This thing just takes some of the water out of the fish tank and then filters it through some pads and then puts it back in. So all you need to really know is these 2 just kind of recycle water through it and kind of get out any other solids that perhaps got past these. But it's not necessary for all systems, it's just something I wanted to do. But as you can see, it's kind of cluttered. My fish tank is not the largest, it's 100 gallons, and I got 3 koi and 1 goldfish in there. In fact, let me show it to you now. Alright, so there's a shot of the fish tank. 3 koi, 1 goldfish. Sorry, my camera's not polarized, so you're getting a glare. But this really isn't the largest sort of tank for these fish. And if I want to get more fish, I'm really going to be pushing it with this tank. So in designing this new system, remember I talked about how important it is to plan it out. I wanted to have a few key things. I want to have a larger tank. I want to get rid of all those filters that I was just showing you in the back. Basically make it a lot cleaner, a lot easier to manage, a central way of kind of cleaning waste out of the system. And again, my main objective was to give the fish a larger place to live, so they can get bigger, they'd have more room to swim, I can maybe add more fish and sort of clean it up all together. So let me show you the plan now, what I'm thinking for the new design. Okay, so now this is what my plan is for the new Aquaponics 2.0 version. For where the old fish tank was, I'm going to keep that. I'm keeping that initial setup, okay? We're going to have the 3 grow beds. We're going to have the old tank. The pump's going to be in there. But here's where it's going to get, the change is going to happen. Instead of just pumping directly to the grow beds, I'm going to have this pump to a barrel that's going to be elevated higher than everything else. So the pump is going to pump directly into this barrel. It's going to be a swirl filter. So it's going to pump the dirty water in here. That's going to settle out any solids and fish poo or anything. It's going to be kept in this barrel. And the water, the cleaner water on top, is going to overflow into 2 different directions. One direction will overflow, and by gravity it'll feed the grow beds. And the other side will overflow and pour into this fish tank. The fish tank is then going to flow back into the old tank, which is the sump, and the grow beds are going to pour themselves back into the sump. So this is going to be sort of the central receptacle of all the water. Fish are going to poo in here. Hopefully that poo gets carried out, dropped in here. Any crap from the grow beds that happen to, you know, make it through will also fall in here. This will pump into the filter. The filter will hopefully swirl out any of the solids to help remove that from the system. They'll stay there. Cleaner water will go back to the grow beds, back down, vice versa. Clean water will go into the fish tank, which will overflow into the sump. And that is my idea for the new design. Now let me show you what I got, because I just purchased the new fish tank, and I'll show that to you right now. Okay, so that's the old tank right there. This is the new tank. It is 3 times the size. So as part of my design, what I think I'm going to do is that it's going to be the home of the new fish. It's going to overflow back into the old tank, which will be the sump tank. That'll pump up to the barrel, which I'm going to have probably right here on the end. And that barrel is going to gravity feed those grow beds, and it's also going to overflow back into the tank, create some oxygenated water. You know, water will pour in there, which causes this water level to rise, which is going to overflow from a tube back into there. Okay, so that's it. That's my initial plan of how I'm going to change the system. I'm going to take you along with me so you could see exactly how I do it. To be honest, I really don't know exactly what I'm going to do yet, how I'm going to do it. It's all sort of a mystery because I really don't have any power tools. So I have a drill, I have some bits for the drill, and that's it. So you're going to see how I do it. It'll be a good crash course for those who've never done aquaponics, and those of you who have, maybe you'll learn something too, or have something to say about it. Leave me some feedback about the system design, and anyway, we're going to go through it together. So one way or another, whether it's going to be a success or a disaster, it's going to be documented here on this YouTube channel. So thanks for watching, and whenever I have another video ready, I will put it up here. I'm not sure when that'll be. I have to wait for everything to come through Amazon. I have to find time to do it. I have to wait for the weather to be nice, which it is today. So yeah, that's it. Sorry for the ramble. That's it. If you have questions, just leave me a comment below, and I'll talk to you later.